Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
And welcome. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter.
Didn't have the sound up in here.
No, we didn't.
So we were caught flat-footed. I looked at the wall and I was like, wait, it's 6 o'clock. Well, I'm not hearing anything. Sorry.
That's because we're so busy pouring over all of the information we've got to get to.
That's right.
That's why. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The CDC is planning to reorganize their structure after pandemic-related criticism, according to the Wall Street Journal. U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention plans to reorganize its structure to prioritize public health needs and put less emphasis on publication of scientific papers about rare diseases. The steps follow an external review that CDC Director Rochelle Walensky had ordered in April against the backdrop of criticism over how they handled things. Walensky said the CDC's COVID response did not reliably meet expectations. Huh, yeah, I'd say that's right.
Where are you getting that?
They admitted CDC directives were confusing. They also want more power and say they don't have enough money.
Yeah. They told Congress, hey, we need y'all to, we have to have the ability to compel localities to send us all their data. And, we need more money because we can't afford to do all this stuff on the budget you've already given us.
You know, I think every governmental agency should have the ability to declare an emergency and just take control of the United States of America. Just tell citizens what to do, where to go. And if they don't do those things, if they don't go where they're told, then you have to put them into some sort of camp surrounded by barbed wire.
And this is the PAT plan.
Yeah.
PAT plan for America.
Yeah. Don't you think that these agencies should have even more power than they do?
Well, of course.
Yeah, obviously.
And we mean this sincerely, Judy. In case you missed yesterday's Pat Gray overtime, you get to hear where that reference began. But what if you got dueling agencies? What if you got two federal agencies?
It can only be one at a time.
Well, how do you? Like,
it can only be like the CDC or the U.S. Department of Agriculture. One of the two could take control, but not both at the same time.
Okay, is it like a fantasy football draft? Do they just kind of draw their names out of a hat and you get to run the country this week?
Well, we could do it that way. We could do it that way, or with a lottery or whatever.
Oh, boy. Yeah, it's always more power that's going to fix everything, right?
Yep.
No,
more power, more control, because we're too stupid to do the right thing.
Right.
So they have to tell us.
Sorry, CDC, you don't get more power. You screwed up with all the power that you did have for the last couple of years.
You sure did. Also, the IRS agents that are being trained to kick in doors across America.
Yeah.
Here's how that's going.
Yeah. See, look, here they are just walking down the hall, getting ready to. Now, there's a reason why the government made sure that these images and these videos were released. It was so that you could see, look, we're training them. But I think it's having the opposite effect because I don't know that Americans watching this are shaking in their boots as intent. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, they're setting up the scenario, Pat. Here we go. All right. So basically the conference room is somebody's house in this scenario. Okay. And look at all these agents coming to get your piggy bank. All right. Look at that. We got to get our guns out. Yep. Okay.
Whenever you're ready, go kick in that door.
Here we go. Really? Just gonna do. Okay.
And here we go.
This is make sure you pound, she says. That's what she said.
That's a good idea for the great big fat guy to be in the lead.
Yeah, there's apparently no physical
apparently none
at the IRS now. I'm in my spacious house with no furniture. Don't shoot.
And of course,
holding the gun. Help us.
Citizens completely compliant. That's good because they're armed. I mean, these agents are armed. So
we learn how to hold a weapon before we
That is crazy.
Yeah. Oh, it's.
I'm an IRS special agent.
I'm an IRS special agent.
All right, please get on. Turn around.
Now, this guy's obviously
I have a permit.
a terrorist.
Can we take your weapon, please?
Well, did he pay his taxes right?
Yeah.
Every penny? No. So, yeah, he's a terrorist.
So let's play. Okay.
And he's white.
Yeah, of course he is. Okay, so
Did they just take a gun out of his waistband?
yeah, he just said I have a gun on me. Yeah. Okay, so hang on. So
Because that's typical of, Americans at home. They just got a gun in their waistband. That's pretty typical. You're going to see that a lot. So.
well, okay, so we got another video here. Now this one has narration. These are your tax dollars at work to encourage federal agents to go get more of your tax dollars.
I feel pretty good about it
You
so
feeling
far.
it?
That
so,
was
so who
professionally done.
who's running the country this week? Is it the CDC or these new IRS agents?
It's the IRS
okay.
agents.
So watch
Yeah,
this
they deserve
video
it.
because you know what? A career with the IRS may be just a thing for you, Pat.
Congress recently appropriated funds, so the IRS is currently looking to hire more special agents or CIs nationwide.
We're looking around, starting around $60,000, $70,000, somewhere in there. And then the
What about
advancements
after
are
taxes?
you'll move up, one
See what I did
level
there?
every year for the first few years. So
An agent that's been in the field for a long time can top out at around $175,000 a year, as well as benefits and retirement.
These
These
are
aren't actual police
tax
officers.
cheats.
They're students posing as special agents for the IRS, arresting a man who is wanted for tax evasion.
Who are you guys? What is this?
Funny, right?
The IRS.
Right,
You're under arrest. You're going to jail, buddy.
Oh, that's
Most
funny.
people don't even know
Oh,
that
that's
the
good.
IRS has criminal investigators who use their accounting skills and their authority as a special IRS agent to help solve tax crimes. Under this scenario, these students find the owner of a landscaping company has several vehicles that may have been purchased from monies not reported through his business. After an undercover interview using a wireless mic, the special IRS agents find that Dodger, who is selling his business, has 2 sets of books.
Ever done any landscaping work before? Just in my front yard.
Ammunition, handcuffs, and first aid is generally what everybody wears, and then it just depends on the individual and what else they want to carry.
And no tasers.
No tasers.
No tasers. No, we shoot to kill with the IRS.
Yeah.
And in the
That's-
end, they're
that's
taught
good
how
to
to
know.
use
Right?
their
No
skills
tasers.
as
that's
We're
great.
just gonna
mock
put a
offender.
cap in your ass.
But
Come
we
on.
want to identify, hey, police, we're here with an arrest warrant. We're going to be taking you to jail today, okay? That's what they want to know because they're going to start asking questions like I did. Who are you? What are you doing? Why are you putting me in cuffs? What did I do?
Wow.
They're coming. They're coming.
They sure are. That's great.
you know
And
this?
there's only going to be 87,000 more of them. There's 79,000 now. There's going to be 87,000 soon.
Yeah.
I
That's
I
good.
didn't even know the IRS had a police division.
And they're expanding it. As so I posted these videos on Twitter yesterday, and you had many listeners point out that oh look, I'll just build my house at the top of the stairs. Okay. Anyway, and that's how you avoid paying taxes. Anyway, so they're coming for you. Did you notice in that video? Sorry, y'all got to get Blaze TV if you didn't get that joke. Dixie State University was represented in that video. Did you see that?
I didn't.
I'm sorry, but it's now Utah Tech, is it not?
Yes, it
you
is.
You can't have Dixie.
As of July, I think July 4th or 5th or
That's
something.
a shame.
Changed to Utah Tech. Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
So there you go. Your tax dollars at work training people to come get more of your tax dollars.
How great is that? And you might get shot in the process, too,
We
because
don't carry tasers.
they're armed. They're armed with actual weapons of mass destruction, with weapons that kill, that were actually manufactured for the purpose of killing people. And, or something. Killing, it's to kill something. And I guess since the IRS doesn't do hunting excursions, it must be to kill people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what did that guy say? He says, yeah, you carry a weapon, handcuffs, and hand sanitizer. No, what did he say? First aid kit. And then after that, it's whatever you want. Really?
No.
Whatever I want?
Oh,
Okay, well, is there room back here for a nuke? I mean, this is
It's crazy.
It's bad.
It's out of control.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely out of control. It really is.
And remember,
instead of eliminating the IRS, we're doubling its size.
Precisely.
Remember all that talk about fair tax?
Mm-hmm.
The fair tax will eliminate the IRS.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
How impossible is that going to be now? Now that they've doubled the size of it, more than doubled,
and armed them to the
yep.
teeth. Yeah, this is
jeez.
So many words. So anyway, yeah, this is your federal government at work for you, not being trained to go root out terrorists, but to go and root out the landscaping guy.
Mm-hmm.
That was their scenario. We got to go and get this landscaper. His plants have been dying right after he plants them. That's bad.
And who was the guy that had 2 sets of books?
The landscaper.
Was that the landscaper?
Yeah, that's your.
I thought it was.
That's your evil landscaper, Pat.
Those damn landscapers.
Right.
And their evil bookkeeping scams. Yeah, I'll bet they almost all have 2 sets of books. I bet they do. These guys.
Oh, well.
Okay.
Consumption tax would be the answer. Yes. The fair tax.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, if you could get rid of the IRS, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
It's my fear that would not happen.
Oh, exactly.
And then we'd wind up with both. We'd have income tax and the sales tax or consumption tax, whatever you want to call it.
They've got to be rolled into one bill. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Also, Joe Biden was running around South Carolina with COVID.
Oh,
right?
Jill.
Jill,
yeah.
Jill, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jill Biden. What did I say?
I thought you said Joe, but it doesn't matter because he had it too. He probably gave it to her.
Well, they both had it, and they should, I don't know, relax for a while and
right?
not be around people.
But yet, he comes out of isolation for the 4th time or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, you know what? Let's go around the country now.
And has she had a negative test yet? I mean, she just got it over the weekend. Of course, it's Thursday now. I guess
we found out about it over the weekend.
That's true.
Who knows how long? Because that was after her little trip to South Carolina. Because you certainly wouldn't want to announce that you're positive, and now we're going to go to out of state.
Mm-hmm.
It's just these people.
Apparently, some people were commenting on her attire.
Her dress that she was wearing down on Hilton Head or wherever Kiwana.
Jill is creative. Jill is a fashionista. Jill knows what she wants to look like, and she just goes for it. So I just want to commend her for wearing this outfit that was inspired by her husband's diapers. Doesn't she have stylist? I am completely okay in this instance if my tax dollars go towards a stylist. Our first lady cannot be looking like this, you guys. I'm fine. Take 5% of my paycheck if I never have to see an outfit like this, please.
That's awesome. So that's what the IRS agents are training for, to go get enough money to hire a stylist for Jill.
She needs one, no doubt about it. Ah, she's hideous. Jeez.
In so many ways.
And again, why is she out in the public? Why are they traveling the country when they just had COVID? It's
running rampant in their house, obviously.
Yeah. After 2 years of harping on us to care about other people and not subject them to COVID if you have it, here they are gallivanting around the country right now.
Mm-hmm.
When both of them should, just in case, stay in D.C. for a while.
I mean, all the crap they gave Trump for having an outdoor event.
Yeah.
Outdoor event. And my goodness. Yeah, it's Deborah Birx, right? Remember? Don't go see your family for Thanksgiving. I mean, I'm going to go see my parents. I mean, this stuff's been going on for 2 years. It's always rules for us.
Yep.
Not for them.
Exactly. All right, let me tell you about Keeps. If the first thing you notice when you look at a photo of yourself or you look in the mirror is your receding hairline or a bald spot that you have, Keeps can help you change that. 2 out of 3 guys experience hair loss even before they're 35. If you don't want to gamble with your hair, you can flip the odds in your favor and save your hair with Keeps. Hair loss is hard. It's you see it everywhere. You become self-conscious about it. Your barber points it out. You start wearing baseball caps. So instead, go to keeps.com/Pat. Keeps has clinically proven, FDA-approved hair treatments available online. So whether you're looking to prevent hair loss, stimulate hair growth, or take care of the hair you have, your Keeps physician will help you select the right products and develop a personalized hair-saving routine that works for you. It's really easy. There's no waiting rooms, no pharmacy visits. Keeps is delivered straight to your door at about half the cost. Half the cost. And if you have questions, you can message your Keeps doctor 24/7. So if the balding jokes are wearing thin, join the thousands of guys who've saved their hair. Visit keeps.com/Pat. Get 50% off your first order. Keeps.com/Pat for 50% off.
Pat Gray.
Democrat Congressional Campaign Committee Chair Sean Maloney just said the party has a likability problem. No. Democrats are having a problem with likability? How about that? He says when it comes to racial and gender issues, said this in an interview with the New York Times on Saturday. He said, you'll find broad agreement in our caucus from the conservative Democrats to the most progressive, like there are conservative Democrats,
right,
that we have a likability problem. Maloney said the Democrats don't do a good enough job reaching out to Americans in areas that have not benefited from the global economy. I think that most of the voters think that we're out of touch. They think we're elitist. We think we're better than they are. Yep, that pretty well explains it. Maloney mentioned the unpopularity with the average voter of the word Latinx, a gender-neutral alternative to Latino or Latina, coined by liberals. Only 2% of Hispanics use the word Latinx to refer to themselves. Maloney also criticized the rhetoric of liberal media hosts like MSNBC's Chris Hayes. I mean, the fact is that if you listen to the way people speak on our cable news channels, it's not the way my neighbors talk. It's not the way my family talks. Liberal policies are falling out of favor with Hispanic voters, a trend that even CNN has noticed. Survey from the Journal of the American Medical Association Network found that Hispanics were the most anti-lockdown of any demographic group. President Biden's approval rating with Hispanics continued to plummet in July, with 63% of them strongly or somewhat disapproving of him. Plus, another thing that we don't like about Democrats is that they lie through their teeth to us every single day.
What?
I don't like being lied to. So that affects their likability just a little bit, I think. And the fact that they're destroying America tends to put me off a little bit as well.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Wake up on the wrong side of the bed or something?
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. The open borders bothers me. That hurts their likability.
Okay.
The higher taxes hurts their likability with me. The Green New Deal talk and the fact that they just did the climate change bill in the middle of a recession. Their socialized medicine policies. The elimination of student debt kind of bothers me.
Okay.
How about abortion anytime during a pregnancy, all the way up to birth? You just can't bother me with any details of that there should be any limits on abortion whatsoever.
That bothers you?
It bothers me. Yeah. It hurts their likability. Packing the Supreme Court, all that talk kind of bothers me.
Okay.
The confiscation of guns is sort of a problem with me. Is that wrong of me?
I mean,
how about the silencing of all conservative voices wherever they possibly can? That hurts their likability as well. So I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm a little bit picky.
Maybe radicalizing children and forcing parents to accept them changing their genders.
Yes.
Does that bother you?
It does bother me. quite a
Figured as
bit.
much, just because it seems like you're kind of crotchety over there. But I just wanted to double check.
Yeah, maybe it shouldn't. Maybe it shouldn't bother me. I should just let it roll off my back.
It might be easier just to say, since Democrats hate me and my country, that bothers me.
Yeah, yes.
Kind of sums it all up.
That does. And since they're trying desperately to destroy the United States of America, yeah, that bothers me.
Bothers you?
It does.
Okay.
It does.
All
I'm
right.
picky that way.
Did I hear you when you were reading this story? Did you mention the word Latinx?
Yes.
Okay,
which is used by 2% of the Hispanics in this country.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to be super popular with them either, and that's why they're down to 19% approval for Joe Biden. 19%.
That's fascinating.
And it happens so fast.
Yeah.
So fast. This guy, there's nothing, I don't think there's ever been anything like it in how fast he destroyed his approval rating. Because he never even got the honeymoon period that most presidents get. Where you like him for a while because you want to see how he's going to do. I'll give him a chance. Everybody wants to give him a chance to make things work. Let's see what he does. And we saw it so quickly and how bad it was right from the beginning that his approval rating started going down almost immediately. All right, 888-900-3393. Have you been following the story about the January 6th pipe bombs?
Ed Gray.
Some tweets here. Lone Wolf 2965 tweets. This is overheard at the IRS agent training event. Agent Snowflake, why didn't you bring in the money from that child's lemonade stand? Well, they refused to use my preferred pronouns and aggressively misgendered me. By the time I stopped crying, they'd escaped. That'd be completely understandable.
Totally.
Yeah, they wouldn't be blamed after that. Jeffy's lost moral compass. Maybe Jill should start wearing muumuus by Jeffy, since we all know Jeffy is fashion.
Oh, yeah.
Athletically overweight sports team. Eliminating the IRS would devastate our economy. Think of how many people you'd be putting out of work.
Yes.
And ultra cookier. I'm confused. Is tax evasion a violent crime now? Why exactly? Do they need to pull a gun? That's a really good question.
We don't carry tasers here, y'all.
Wow. I honestly, I don't know. I don't know that I've ever heard of IRS agents making an arrest. Because we have people to do that, right? When the IRS decides that somebody needs to go to jail, don't they just call the police? No, apparently not.
Yeah, and apparently, you see how they were all wearing police vests? Are we have a national police force now?
Right.
Is this Barack Obama's just as trained, just as well-funded army?
I don't know. Maybe.
Boy, help.
Maybe. It's chilling, though. It really is chilling. And so is this. Texas National Guard?
All right. So somebody just...
you said I'll be angry about this.
Yes, I did. And I didn't know if you wanted to be angry this early in the program.
Oh, I'm already angry.
Yeah, okay. So this is a little clip from Fox News that somebody just sent us.
Okay.
I watched it during the break, and it is enraging. And it goes a little something like this.
This is the first time we've ever seen this. The Texas National Guard closed and locked a gate here at a major crossing area in Eagle Pass. Illegal immigrants showed up at the gate expecting to be let in. The National Guard said, nope, we're not going to be the ones to let you in. The immigrants just stood outside and waited. And here's what ended up happening. Border Patrol showed up. Take a look at this video. A Border Patrol supervisor showed up with a key, unlocked the gate, and let all of the migrants into the property. It's private property. The landowner allows Texas law enforcement as well as Border Patrol to work here. But you can see the contrast between the state of Texas's approach as well as the federal government's approach. And then last...
I saw the article that talked about that. When you see it in practice, it's even more enraging. That is unbelievable. So Border Patrol agents, which are controlled, of course, by the federal government, This is the Biden administration's Border Patrol.
Yes.
And they probably don't want to do this, but they're being ordered to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And the Texas National Guard locks the gate, keeps the illegals out. The Border Patrol agents come over and let them in? What are you doing? Why are you allowing illegals to flood into our country?
I thought it was interesting that the Border Patrol guy had a key. Okay?
Yeah.
So it would appear, and I don't have any story or any details, that the landowner, obviously in good faith, has put in this fence on his property, given the key to the Border Patrol to say, yeah, if you guys, need to go back and forth or whatever.
Usher them back out, maybe?
I'd be demanding that key back right now.
Oh, yeah.
You give me that key, so help me.
Oh, that is unbelievable. Jeez. I mean, I'm sure that if the Texas National Guard members weren't standing there, they'd probably just scale the fence and come in anyway.
I think there was barbed wire and stuff.
Show me the still shot.
Yeah, we don't need the
that.
sound. We
No.
we just need to see if the fence had some wires on top there.
I think you might be right. It might have had some barbed wire. But
let's see here.
Perhaps.
Yeah, doesn't it look like it's got something going on there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
can you
does.
see how it kind of angles up there?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, razor wires up there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I'm telling you, when I see something like this, all I hear in my head is Pat Gray saying, if you were trying to destroy the country, what would you do differently?
Mm-hmm.
That is madness. This is national suicide.
It
There's no
absolutely is.
rule of law. It's just whatever we want in D.C., make it so.
You got a bunch of people, and these are not families that are coming into the country.
Yeah. Can we see that again?
Yeah,
I just want to see who's coming in.
Let it roll again. We don't need the sound up,
Yeah.
but just let the video roll because
the first time we've ever seen this, the Texas National Guard closed and locked.
See how many
a gate.
children can you count there? And the women.
See, carry the
one woman. I saw one woman wearing
I did see one woman.
Out of 30 people. Two women. 3. I see three women.
Really? Wow.
4 women. Rob's got a 4th woman out of 30 people. Okay.
Yeah, look at them. They're all 18 to 34-year-old men just pouring into our country. Yeah, come on in. All come free. Come on. That's great.
Wow.
Yeah, don't worry about coming in illegally. That's just a hassle. We don't want to put you through that. Just come on in. That is incredible.
Right on the river, that fence.
Incredible. Why? Why do you just open the gate and let them in? Unreal.
I don't know.
Hey, what do you even say to it now?
Exactly. You're out of
What do
words
you even
at this
say?
point.
Yeah. It's so outrageous that you can't even believe your eyes, even though it's happening right in front of us. Being recorded right in front of us. Texas National Guard keeping them out, Border Patrol letting them in.
Who has the final say there? The landowner? Hey, that's my fence.
I don't think so. I think the federal government has the final say. So
I don't like that world.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't either. By the way, water levels have dropped in major rivers across Europe as the region suffers under a historic drought. In those dry riverbeds, centuries-old warning messages have emerged. The horrifying boulders are known as Hungerstein or hunger stones. Local German reporter Olaf Kahns said in an August 11th tweet, one of these stones is embedded in the Elbe River? Elbe River, which runs from the mountains of Czechia through Germany to the North Sea. The stone, dating back to a drought in 1616, is once again visible in the dry riverbed.
Oh.
Huh.
Oh. Uh-oh.
And apparently the warning reads, if you see me, weep.
Oh, no. So back in olden times, they put this rock there to basically say, yep, it's dry.
Yeah, if the water goes below this level, yeah, you better cry about it.
Oh, no.
Hunger stones like this one were used as hydrological landmarks across Central Europe. Europe's current drought is certainly historic. Scientists at the European Drought Observatory said that the drought is on track to be the worst one in 500 years. Well, except that they found this stone that shows that there was one just as bad in 1616.
Yeah, and it's gotten that low before because if you look at the stone, like people have carved their year into it. I think I saw 1848 on there.
Oh, right.
Something like that. It's like, okay, it's not a 500-year drought.
1924?
See? So don't give me this.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 100-year. Okay, can I put you into a 100-year drought?
It's like that rain in Death Valley the other day. It's a 1,000-year storm. Really? Then how many records did it break? Well, none, but still, it's a 1,000-year storm. No, sorry, that doesn't work. It does not work. According to the Drought Observatory, 47% of Europe is in drought warning conditions.
There's a drought observatory?
Yeah.
Oh, they got to be fun at parties,
no
right?
kidding.
So what do you do for a living?
I work at the Drought Observatory.
I observe droughts.
That's got to be fun.
Woo.
So that means that the soil has a moisture deficit. Another 17% of Europe is on alert, meaning the vegetation in the area is being affected by the dry conditions. Jeez.
Technical terms.
Yeah. So that's not good.
That is not good.
I would like it if Europe would get some rain. That would be nice. Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That would be definite. It doesn't mean it's climate change. It doesn't. Let's not confuse weather with climate. That's what they used to tell us all the time.
Right.
All the time.
Because if it's climate, correct me if I'm wrong, Pat, then it's changing and it ain't coming back. Like it's changing, right?
Not for a long time anyway.
Right. So in other words, these droughts have been happening for at least back to the 1600s multiple times
hundreds
based
of years.
on the years carved into this rock when it's exposed there in Europe.
Yeah.
Which just shows, there's been a dry weather pattern for a long time here. Dry. If it were climate change, then it would have been, that rock would have been in place in 1616 or whatever and would still be visible to us. It would just be there the whole time for the last 500 years.
Yes. Right.
As opposed to, nope, now it's hidden under the water. Oh, now it's exposed. Now it's hit.
Let me tell you about getting prepared for whatever eventuality awaits us. Because, there are some droughts. There are some issues that we're facing right now, some food shortages, and many people think it's going to get considerably worse. Whether it does or not, you should be prepared for it. You should get some emergency food before it's too late. Go to preparewithpat.com and you'll save $250 right now on a Ready Hour 3-month emergency food kit for My Patriot Supply. This is the lowest price on this kit since 2019. Plus, you get free shipping. You can't beat that. My Patriot Supply offers Ready Hour food, the brand people look for when they're ready for real preparedness. Their Ready Hour 3-month food kit has a wide variety of delicious meals. Your family won't go hungry when you have this food. Go to preparewithpat.com and save $250 on your 3-month emergency food kit. The inflation-busting pricing is not going to last, so don't wait. Go to preparewithpat.com today.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Are we officially in drought in Texas?
Yeah, I mean,
I think so.
Different levels of drought around, depending. I mean, the map is crazy. I'll look for the Texas drought map here for you.
Now, we got to 100 degrees yesterday, right?
Yes.
So that was the 47th day of 100 degrees plus this summer. Where does that rank us? That must be the worst of all time.
In 1,000 years, maybe?
Right? Yeah. I mean, that's got to be the worst summer ever. Well, since records have been kept, certainly. No. 100 days so far, 100 degree days so far is 47th. That's only 6th on the all-time list. 100-degree days through August 17th. In 1980, there were 55. We wound up with 69 total.
Okay.
In 2011, there were 51. Wound up with 71 total. And in 1998, there were 46 and wound up at 56.
Yeah, right now we're at 47, like you said. And, I mean, at least for the next couple of weeks, we're not even going to get close to 100 degrees. We may be done. For
the summer, I
right.
hope.
And there's a local weather guy who published that graphic there, Pete Delka, said that normally we get 1 to 2 100-degree days in September. So if oh yeah, cool, there you go. So there you go. It's like it looks like we're not gonna get past the 6th worst summer part on the graph there, but hopefully that's accurate.
With this catastrophic global warming, you would think we'd get worse every year.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and that's where
it
you
gets
see
worse and worse every year.
Right, 1980 is our worst here in Texas.
Still.
Yeah, still. And so, anyway, there is the Texas drought map. The only part of the state is El Paso that doesn't have any kind of drought.
Ooh, wow.
It's bad. I mean, you see this little, the darker the red there, the worse it is. Yeah, and so North Texas, where we are, it's nasty.
It's not good. But, like, the high today is going to be 85.
Yeah.
And maybe some rain.
Yeah, rain down here for the next 10 days. We got it in the forecast, at least an even chance 6 of those 10 days. And 80 degrees in the 80 range, 80 to 90 range most of those days. So
it's fantastic.
Yes.
So does that mean we're not going to have to be cannibalizing each other before October? Hopefully it does.
Yeah, what was the thing yesterday? We said that people don't care about climate change anymore, or a lot less than they used to.
But speaking of cannibals, we got a cannibal solar ejection heading straight for Earth, which could bring northern lights as far south as Illinois. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean anything for us, obviously.
We're never going to get a taste of that.
And trigger power voltage issues. So it could mess up electronics. The sun could be sending a storm to Earth over the next few days. According to NOAA, our fiery star spit, it spit out a series of bursts on Sunday that are now headed in the direction of our planet.
Oh, no.
And could trigger a strong geomagnetic storm. One of those bursts, called a coronal mass ejection, or CME, as we all know,
of course,
is expected to collide and consume another, creating what's called a cannibal CME event. According to the Weather Channel, these events can spark strong geomagnetic storms, and in this case, it's headed in our direction. Wow.
Yeah.
So NOAA expects that CMEs will hit today. Apparently, fast solar winds hit us yesterday.
Yeah,
don't think I felt those.
I didn't feel it was too windy here yesterday at all. So, but they're saying that these ejections are going to catch up with the wind, and we could have, on a scale of 1 to 5, we could have a 3 over the next few days, which, like you said, could disturb some.
Which disturbs. Yeah.
Like if you get to like a level 5, it's a total blackout.
Really?
Yeah, it's disastrous.
Have we gotten there?
I don't know. I'll find out. Has there ever been a level 5 mass?
Is it CME? Is that what you?
Yeah, CME.
Yeah.
Thank you. List of solar storms. Here we go.
All right.
Oh boy, there's been a lot in the. Let's see. I don't see them ranked though. It just talks about what they've done here. We had a mild one in February.
Really?
And it led to the failure and re-entry of 40 SpaceX Starlink satellites that had been recently launched and were in low Earth orbit. Ouch. That had to cost some money for Elon.
Somebody, yeah.
Yeah.
Not us, though.
No.
So.
Pat Gray Unleashed. Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Some tweets for you. Devin Crossley tweets, hey, we let the illegals in. We might as well go just get as crazy as to let them go vote. No ID, no problem. We're no longer a nation of laws or rights from God. It does feel that way. Seems that way. It is that way, actually. Yeah, it is that way. Jimmy Dimples tweets, drought observatory, because the drying paint observatory had filled all its positions. And why not? I mean, what an exciting gig that must be, right? From John Q. Public, what happened to acid rain?
Oh, that's a great question.
Same thing that happened to the ozone layer. It went away.
Just bad PR for him?
Yeah. Just we stopped talking about it. You think if acid rain became the problem that they said it was going to be, they wouldn't still talk about it? It's incredible how often, well, every time, they've been wrong every time. And still there are people who listen to them with they're more intense and more frequent storms, more intense and more frequent drought, more intense and more frequent floods, more intense and more frequent tornadoes. No. And don't look now. But there hasn't been a single hurricane that has hit the United States coast. So, knock on wood. It's been a really quiet. And in fact, I've seen two stories recently that, while it's been really quiet, it could still just explode into the worst hurricane season. And I mean, it could. But here we are, August 18th. And, well, I won't even say it.
Yeah, don't say it. Yeah.
I won't even say it.
But say this. The people that make these predictions of storms, they made them just a few months ago.
Right.
They revised them a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, and they're still wrong.
And yet, these are the people who we are supposed to be changing our economy on what they say is going to happen 100 years from now. Exactly. I don't think so. Why don't you work on the 5-day forecast, and then we'll talk about erasing capitalism from the face of the earth if that's what you want.
Yeah. I mean, they'll do a 10-day forecast, and it's usually wrong. Have they ever done a 20-day or a like a month-long forecast?
Oh, yeah, I have it bookmarked on.
You have a month-long forecast?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Do you?
I've got a problem.
Okay.
I've got a weather problem.
And
it's never right.
Yeah.
Like, I will put...
They don't know a month out.
Yeah, every now and then I'll do a spot check on it.
Yeah.
And... No.
Okay. You don't know a month out, but you're going to tell us what's going to happen in 2050?
Yeah.
Or 2100?
Yeah, pick a day.
No.
Yeah. You know what? Let's do this right now.
All right, let's do it.
With the audience. We can play this little game here. This is the month-long forecast from. Let me just make sure. Let me get to September from Weather Underground. So you can do this with your own town. In fact, everybody should do this. And on September 18th, everybody should tweet us.
Let's see how often they're right,
and let us know if it was accurate in your neck of the woods. Okay, so actually, it goes out. My gosh, Pat, it goes.
Is this just for Dallas?
That's what I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at Fort Worth. And if you want to, let's see. Let me just view here. It may be more than 30 days. No, okay. So eventually it gets to the point where they're just doing this is what the average temperature is going to be on that day. But they actually go out on a limb. Okay, this is strange here. It's August 18th.
Yes.
I've got to find my other.
What's
bookmark.
the furthest they go?
This only goes to September 1st, so that's not right.
Okay,
I'm going to find it's not Weather Underground.
But let's see if that's even right.
Okay, all right.
Let's see if that's right. What's the forecast for September 1st?
91 degrees and partly cloudy.
All right.
But I got a new phone, and so I didn't bookmark the right one. I will get back to you because there is one. I think it's AccuWeather. Yeah, I told you I have a problem, Pat.
I know you do.
Anyway, AccuWeather month-long forecast. Do this for your town, and we'll all reconvene here on September 18th. I'm going to look up ours, and I'll let you know.
All right, good. Also about the G5 storm. We were talking about the G5 solar storm that's coming. Well, it's not a G5. This is a G3, right?
Yeah.
I think we decided to G3. Thankfully, G5 storms are rare because we wondered when the last one was. But when they do occur, they have the potential to cause serious damage. The strongest geomagnetic storm on record was the Carrington event of 1859.
Oh, you remember this, right?
Oh, well, Jeffy would, but none of us in this room would. Which led to the failure of telegraph systems around the world, even sparking fires in some telegraph stations. So, 163 years ago, we had a G5 storm. Not a lot of electronics to screw up back then.
Man, can you imagine if we had that today?
Oh, geez. I can't. It would probably wipe out GPS and who knows, cell service. It would be bad.
Maybe
It'd
that's maybe that's the historic. I mean, I wouldn't put it past the last couple of years. And by the way, AccuWeather, month-long forecast for Irving. Okay, so it just knows where I'm at. Oh, goody. I'm glad to know that. 74 degrees and sunny.
On what day?
On November the 16th.
74 and sunny.
Yeah, so just remember that. I guess right.
Wow, they go clear to November?
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
All right. So
okay, so what did I say?
74 and
sunny.
On November
16th.
Yeah.
And that's according to AccuWeather and
Okay.
Irving. Okay, so everybody can do this.
Yeah.
And just get back in touch with us on November 16th. And let's just see if they get that right in your town. And then we can start talking about them forming policy based on their predictions.
Right. Jeez. But we've done this a bunch of times. We've looked back at their predictions from the 70s, from the 80s, from the 90s. And so often they were talking about entire islands being wiped out. Like Great Britain, for instance, was going to be gone by 2000. Wiped out by rising sea levels. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, there's still an island there. And of course, we have the famous Carbis Bay in 2021 and 1925.
And basically a similar thing with Ellis Island, right?
I mean, that's or
Liberty
it's
Island?
exactly the same. There's no difference.
And then we had the headline. I mean, we've done this. You did a whole hour of headlines, news stories that were completely wrong.
Yeah.
And like the latest one we had, somebody sent us, was the United Nations says, and this was a 1989 headline, that rising sea levels could wipe out entire nations by the year 2000. Please just stop.
I know. They won't. They will not. And it doesn't matter how wrong they are, how often they're wrong. They just keep making the predictions and expecting us to buy in.
Hashtag follow the money.
It's bizarre. Did you read about that 80-year-old woman that was banned from her local YWCA?
Yes.
For asking a biological male to please leave the women's locker room.
Yep.
She was taking a shower, so she was naked. And there were some naked little girls in there. And then she hears this male voice helping the little girls with their swimsuits get them off. My gosh. So she peeked out from the shower and said, excuse me, you need to get out. Are you a man? Do you have a man unit? And somebody who worked for the YWCA jumped in and was really pissed at the woman for daring to suggest he leave the women's locker room. Things are just completely upside down now.
Yep.
Just absolutely upside down.
Yeah.
So there was a demonstration held by women's rights activists in support of the 80-year-old woman.
After they had banned her, right?
Yeah, after they banned her. And apparently that was interrupted by aggressive trans activists who heckled the woman as they spoke and attempted to destroy their equipment.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I saw this video. I mean, they would not let her speak. An 80-year-old woman speaking for common sense shouted down. Yep.
That's incredible. The demonstration took place yesterday in the small community of Port Townsend, Washington, a city with less than 10,000 residents that's become a hub for the debate on women's single-sex spaces after an 80-year-old model citizen was banned from the community's pool after expressing concerns about a male in the women's changing room. Jeez. This is a YMCA-run community pool. YMCA, Young Men's Christian Association. YWCA, Young Women's Christian Association. And you're allowing men into the women's locker room? Well, no, they identify as a woman. Okay, but they're not. So maybe you tell them, I don't know, maybe there's a third option there that they have their own area. But the woman said she identified the trans-identified male using the female locker rooms at the pool, became concerned because he appeared to be watching the young girls as they changed out of their bathing suits.
Oh, God.
She herself was nude as she was showering after a swim, demanding the male leave, but was quickly met with outrage from Rowan DeLuna, the pool's aquatics manager, who was in the locker room at the time. DeLuna berated her for being discriminatory.
Oh, my
gosh. I
can't.
I'm afraid I'd be arrested.
Yep. You and me both. We'd end up on the news.
Oh, my gosh. She said, "You're being discriminatory. You're banned from the pool, and I'm calling the police." I was totally stunned, she said, adding she felt particularly vulnerable being yelled at while nude.
Yeah, no, okay, that's an extra element. Yeah. That doesn't sound ideal.
I wouldn't like being yelled at while nude either. After she came forward to the press about her experience, the male in the women's locker room was revealed as Clementine Adams, a transgender member. Clementine.
Awesome.
Transgender member of the pool's staff who had only begun to transition weeks prior to self-identifying into the women's locker room. As news of her ban from the pool began to spread, many took to social media to condemn the Mountain View pool and Olympic Peninsula YMCA and demand she get her membership back. Jeez.
Boy, would you even want to go back there?
I wouldn't.
No.
I actually wouldn't. But, I mean, she probably loves to swim and work out there, and there's probably not a lot of choices in a small town like that.
Man, the madness is everywhere. I mean, just what have we done here in the last hour? We've talked about this 80-year-old woman not only banned from her local YWCA for having the audacity to think that a dude shouldn't be allowed in the women's locker room, and then she shouted down at an event, right, where she's trying to express herself. We started off the show with the IRS agents being trained to shoot to kill. To come get more tax dollars. And, oh, yeah, by the way, never mind the U.S. Border Patrol opening the gates and letting illegals in. I mean, the state of the country, it's on fire, man.
It is. It just is. Gabriel Clark, a free speech advocate, founding member of Rev Fox USA, said activists became so aggressive she was genuinely frightened for her safety and the 80-year-old woman's safety. She said, "We were attacked by trans activists, fully grown men were getting in our faces, shoving, verbally abusing us, and attacking our equipment. Most of us were senior women. These were feminists who protested in the 1970s for women's rights."
Wow, yeah.
Ah, jeez. Wow.
Insane.
"I got a hold of the flags and yanked them back. I'm not letting anyone take anything from me again, including my dignity," one of the activists said, because the trans people were grabbing their flags and pulling them down and ripping things apart and stealing their equipment. And so this almost became a riot with these men, biological men, against these senior women, at least one of whom was 80 years old. And that's not outrageous to these people? That's not outrageous. I don't understand it. I really don't.
What have we said, man? Don't try to make sense of this world.
No, you can't.
You cannot. It's impossible.
Let me tell you about these Blaze socks. It might still be pretty hot, but fall is just around the corner. Football's just around the corner. So why not get ready for the cooler months, the midterms, and the pumpkin spice latte season with new limited edition socks from the Blaze. Really comfortable. They're fun to show off to all your conservative friends. Maybe start an argument with your liberal friends. Just be fun. They feature Ron DeSantis, Donald Trump, Glenn Beck, lots more. Go to blazesocks.com and get them before they're gone. blazesocks.com. You can use the promo code BLAZESUB to get 20% off your purchase at blazesocks.com.
Making the apocalypse fun since 2017. It's Pat Gray Unleashed on The Blaze.
Chose my friends carefully. The more politically active black students, the foreign students. I chose my friends carefully.
You did?
The more politically active black students.
Sure.
The foreign students.
Okay.
The Chicanos. The Marxist professors and structural feminists and punk rock performance poets.
Feminists.
They smoked cigarettes and wore leather jackets.
Wow, you were a badass.
At night in the dorms, we discussed neocolonialism, France Fanon, Eurocentrism, and patriarchy. When we drowned out our cigarettes in the hallway carpet, or set our stereo so loud that the walls began to shake.
Yeah.
Shut up.
We were resisting bourgeois society's
Bourgeois
stifling
society. Yeah. Little trip down memory lane there for you.
Boy, and we are so grateful for it, Pat.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Since it's been such a heavy show, I mean, this thing weighs...
how many Jeffies?
A billion Jeffies.
Oh, my
probably.
goodness.
Yeah, like a billion Jeffies.
That'll do some damage.
Pushing down on us. That's bad.
That's a
not
hernia
good.
waiting to happen.
Check out this incredible landing by a pilot
This
who
is something else.
was dealing with 40-knot winds.
Okay, I don't know what that means. Look at it. Look at that.
And he has to land kind of sideways. Look at this.
That was incredible, man.
Look at this. Wow.
Yeah.
And he got him down safe.
Look at that, dude.
That's really cool.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
You believe it, right? I mean, that's totally...
Is it CGI?
No, it's not CGI.
Are you sure it's not CGI?
Yeah, it was mostly
Could be
sure.
CGI.
No, it's not CGI.
Okay, just a skilled pilot.
I don't think.
Who got the plane down at 40 knots.
That was wild, man.
Well, I mean, what are you supposed to do? If you're running out of fuel, I guess you can't go to another airport, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know if he was running out of fuel. So maybe instead you fly to the next airport.
You gotta tell the passengers. Okay, so it's not gonna feel right going in sideways, but just trust the process, y'all.
Trust the process. This is also cool. Or maybe CGI.
No.
This water spout happened near Destin, Florida.
Yeah, Destin, yeah.
Destin?
Mm-hmm.
Destin, Florida had this little, it looks like a tornado out of the water.
Good morning.
Look, good morning.
Just stumbled across something.
Whoa, look at that. That's a big boy.
Wow. That's quite a water spout right there.
Wow. That's a light show and
That's a big one.
And a big one. Yep. There it is.
And the lightning is apparently the real problem here. You could get struck by the lightning being that close to the water. So it's probably stupid to be doing this, but...
38, here it comes.
That's way off coast.
Yeah, they said it can hit you from miles away. So...
Yeah, live a little.
Yeah, and he is.
Think of the clicks you're going to get off of this thing. Think of the TV shows. In fact, somebody just yelled and said, yo, get out. Because that last strike
it was dangerous.
Close,
yeah.
But I mean, the video... Appreciate him
That's
doing
cool. That is cool looking. YouTuber and engineer Alan Pan built 4 robotic legs for a snake so that it could walk. His video shows how he set about undoing millions of years of evolution to give snakes their legs back.
Oh, got their legs back.
Hey.
Back. Mm-hmm.
Hey, you like having these legs?
Ugh, this is weird.
You like having your legs back?
Back.
Yeah, they didn't have legs before.
Yeah. She's going with it.
Okay, so do we know that? How do we know that the tube wasn't actually just moving and the snake was just hanging out in there? Like, is it somehow the snake controlling it?
Is that what they're alleging?
That's what I was thinking.
Because I don't think so.
Yo, you just think it was just... Oh, my gosh. So it was just a stupid...
Yeah, just a stupid...
Stupid. You know what? I hate animal videos.
Just a way for you to get an animal video in there.
No, have I ever told you? I can't stand animal videos.
Really?
Do you see that?
Huh.
Look what we get.
Uh-huh. That's
no,
what we
I
get.
thought it was cool. I thought like somehow the snake was controlling it.
No.
No, it was just a stupid machine and the snake was in there like, how do I get off this thing?
Yes.
That was dumb.
That was dumb.
That was like Jeffy says, you get all this research money and you produce a tube with legs on it. And then the checks keep coming.
Yeah. Yep.
Dumb.
The guy's probably making millions just for that.
He got a lot of clicks.
Give legs to snakes.
She's going with it.
Some people who took Pfizer's Paxlovid have endured the unpleasant experience, apparently, of having a horrible taste in their mouth. It's called Paxlovid mouth.
How'd they get that?
It's catchy. I don't know.
How'd they get there?
I don't know. You might think, well, did it come from the name of the drug and it being in your mouth?
That makes sense now. I didn't think of it like that. I was still looking up the snake video.
Yeah, okay. It's catchy, though. It's creative and catchy.
Uh-huh.
The outlet reported that Jeanette Witten, 56, has described the foul flavor as being like your mouth is just clenched around a grapefruit rind.
Oof.
Lisa Crawford said it was like the smell that hot garbage has, but in your mouth.
Oh, gross. Give me the vid back.
Okay. So it's like hot garbage in your mouth.
that sounds like a chewing gum, like a commercial tagline. It's like hot garbage in your mouth.
Andrea Frere, 40 years old, said that she drank 4 bottles of strawberry Pedialyte per day for 3 to 4 days in an attempt to cover up the taste. But the outlet reported that she considered it a no-brainer to take Paxlovid again when she had COVID-19 1 month later. That's the slapback. That's what you get when you do the COVID. When you do the Paxlovid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the rebound.
So why would you take it again if you know it failed you?
Well, she said, I would take it again 100 times over, even with the hot garbage in her mouth.
End quote. I'm a big fan of the hot garbage mouth.
I don't know. I don't know that that's worth it.
I don't think it is.
I think I'm going to do that if I get it again.
Would you rather it be hot garbage or the rind of a grapefruit?
Rind of a grapefruit.
You going with that rind of a grapefruit? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting choice.
That's not even a consideration there. I'm grateful to have received 4 doses of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine, and I'm feeling well while experiencing very mild symptoms. I've started a course of Paxlovid.
Is she working for Potter?
That's Pfizer's. Yes. Well, she's working for Pfizer.
I could tell. I could tell. Just that quote is so bad.
Pfizer chairman and CEO Albert Bourla. That's what he said. I've started a course of Paxlovid. I am isolating in place as well as following all public health precautions.
Mm-hmm.
Of course you are.
Mm-mm.
Good little citizen. That's great. Wow. I mean, it just gets better and better with these Pfizer products, doesn't it? It just keeps getting better. Well, let's see. You almost always get it back after you've had the Paxlovid. You're going to get COVID again. Maybe not almost always, but a lot of the time. And then you get to have hot garbage in your mouth for the duration of your COVID experience. That's just fun. That's just good, clean fun.
Pat Gray. Now back to Pat Gray on the Blaze Radio Network.
All right, welcome. Great to have you with us. Let's go to Jeff in Connecticut. Hey, Jeff, you're on the Blaze.
Bingo.
All right. Nicely done. Where did your bingo happen?
Yeah, we'll be the judge of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's left-hand column. I'm going to do my best not to sound like I'm on tin can like last week.
Okay.
Arriba.
Right.
This will not end well.
Yeah.
All right.
Latinx.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Big, beautiful wall.
Okay.
And Chicanos and structural feminists.
Yes. All right. Nicely done. Appreciate it. Enjoy the $30 worth of merch that you have now inherited. Appreciate
you
it.
You can spend that at patgrayshop.com. Next week is our final week of Pat Gray Bingo.
And why? Because more on trivia is on the way. God, it's amazing that it's that time of year, isn't it? It's amazing.
It's
I love that.
It's here. And college football begins a week from this Saturday.
And, of course, NFL football, the preseason is already well underway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, you're excited about the Atlanta Falcons, I know.
I am, actually.
I know you are. Tell us about that awesome last play for the Falcons to win the game. What happened on it? I remember a pass to the end zone by a rookie quarterback.
And some rookie sprung that quarterback to make that throw by blocking 2 guys. In fact, not just blocking them, but slamming them to the ground.
Sending him into next week.
And that was Tyler Algier.
Where did he go to school?
A place called BYU.
And that's how you do it, folks.
That's how you do it.
Your team that you can bring up countless times.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter to him whatsoever. You put someone from BYU on it, now he cares, y'all. Now he cares. And he's got a chance to be the starting, running back. I mean,
I think he's
that
going to be.
backfield's wide open.
I mean, he had a great game. He only carried the ball 3 times for 25 yards, and he made that incredible block where he took out 2 linebackers who were blitzing at once.
I love it.
It was awesome.
Welcome.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, Zach Wilson, quarterback of the New York Jets, had a knee injury, non-contact knee injury, which usually means ACL, but it wasn't, fortunately. So he's out apparently 2 to 4 weeks. We'll see what happens there. All right. Meanwhile, we've got some tweets here from the Steve42. I prefer to be yelled at while I'm wearing a Speedo. He said, okay, instead of being yelled at while naked.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, which, by the way, spells yawn, I noticed.
Yelled at while naked.
Yeah.
Yawn. Huh, you're right.
I don't know why I pointed that out.
I'll be darned.
I noticed that.
Jimmy Dimples tweets that supersized waterspout is probably why that jetliner landed sideways. Okay.
Oh, full circle.
And from RJeff74, hot garbage in your mouth. Now there is a brand name. Hot garbage in your mouth?
A band name? Yeah.
Is it a
that would
brand?
be a good band name. Hot garbage in your mouth.
It is banned, obviously.
Opening
we
up
talk about
for
that
it.
all the time, and I still called it brand.
It happens.
Why'd I do that?
Because you were thinking about hot garbage in your mouth. Gross.
All right. So a Texas school district has now removed the Bible, and all boys aren't blue from library shelves
just for
content review.
Yeah, maybe it's a temporary thing. It's very interesting, though.
Texas school district is removing 41 books from their library shelves while administrators perform a review using content guidelines that will be approved by their board of trustees. Included in the list of books that officials from Keller Independent School District
right here
are asking to be removed from the library shelves are Anne Frank's diary.
What
are you talking? What? The graphic adaptation.
I don't know what that.
I don't either.
I don't know.
The Bible and All Boys Aren't Blue. So
they have a process here where anyone can challenge any book, I guess, for any reason. So they have to remove it for a process to go. And so, oh my gosh, hey, congratulations! That's a way to get a school district leader to read the Bible. Okay, that's what we learned.
Just do this all over the country where they have that rule.
Awesome. Now you risk the Bible not coming back now, and there are some passages in the Bible that I don't know. I haven't seen the guidelines. I just know that they don't want sexually explicit stuff in their school libraries.
Right. So watch them take that out and leave it out.
Right.
Books that are deemed in compliance with the new policies will be returned to the libraries as soon as it's confirmed that they comply with the new policy. Members of the community, parents, and employees can challenge a book or instructional resource used in the Keller ISD educational program. Previously, a committee considered the challenges and determined if the books were educationally suitable or pervasively vulgar. So they have to be educationally... So either they're educationally suitable, I would imagine, or pervasively vulgar. And of course, the Bible is not pervasively vulgar. So they should be putting that back into the library soon.
Okay. All right. If you say so. I'm just reading about whoredoms in Ezekiel right now.
According to the district website, though, the book Genderqueer, a memoir, is no longer in circulation on its campuses. After All Boys Aren't Blue, I'm not familiar with that. Is that a famous book? I don't know it.
I think it's some trans thing.
It was challenged in November 2021. A district committee determined that it would remain in high school libraries and in classroom libraries at the high school level. Okay. Charles Randcliffe, president of the Keller School Board of Trustees, responded to claims on social media that the district is banning books such as the Bible and Anne Frank, saying they're false.
Now, the follow-up on this, maybe that will be the case, since Song of Solomon 8:10 says, I am a wall and my breasts like towers. Then was I in his eyes as one that found favor. Okay.
All right.
Let's go. There's a lot of interesting verses.
Yeah, there are.
In the Bible.
There are some interesting ones.
So...
The district will be reviewing those books per updated policy using content guidelines pending board approval. For those who are unaware or need a reminder, the board approved new policies on instructional materials to protect kids from sexually explicit content, which has found its way into our schools. Yeah, that's really close to home. That's right up the road here from where we now sit in Irving. So it'll be interesting to see if they make a common sense decision here, because let's do that, kids. Let's use common sense, and I think we can pretty well leave Anne Frank, the Diary of Anne Frank, in there, unless there's, with this graphic one. I don't know. I don't know.
I just know that Reuben went and laid with his father's concubine.
Yeah.
I mean, but how could you resist with a name like Bilhah? Bilhah. So it'd be interesting to see how this plays out. I want to see a follow-up when they're done reviewing the Bible. And I want a book report on all of the school board members from Keller ISD. I want them to write a book report on their thoughts on the Bible after they all do their due diligence and read it from cover to cover.
Sure, they'll do that. I'm sure they will. They'd be happy to. All right, 888-900-3393. Right next to Keller last year, they did some really common sense thing in South Lake where they got rid of, was it?
I think eventually, after all of the runoffs and stuff, I think everybody's gone that was for CRT.
Everybody who pissed off the community was booted out, and they got a bunch of parents who were reasonable human beings and voted them in. And so that helps. That helps. When you got situations, I mean, I don't know how many times they've had in South Lake, at least twice, where a group of girls have been singing rap songs, and then because they sang the lyrics that are in the song, they were considered racists because they used a word that was in the song. And I guess as not rap artists, they're not allowed to sing that song in any context. So, yeah, it's so incredible what we've done with that word. And no, I don't think people should use the word.
Correct.
However, when you're quoting someone or when you're singing a song with the lyrics in it, I mean, is it their fault or is it the person who wrote the song's fault?
Right. And if you find it so offensive, which I think we all do, then perhaps those in that community, in the black community, should go to rappers and artists who write these lyrics and say, can you stop putting that word in there?
Yeah, we're going to stop with the word. If we're going to stop with the word, let's stop with it.
Yeah, I thought it was, is it not equal rights, right? So let's treat that word equally.
Yes.
Let's all.
But of course, we know that's not the case.
Let's ban it from all of our languages.
Yeah. Speaking of sexual situations, since the outset of the global monkeypox outbreak in May, public health and infectious disease experts have told the public that the virus is largely transmitting through skin-to-skin contact. In particular, though, during sex between men.
Oh, look how you tucked that in there.
Look how you did.
What are you, the CDC now? How do you know? Come on now.
Because the CDC says so.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, however, an expanding cadre of experts has come to believe that sex between men itself, okay, I'm not going to talk about the various kinds of sex that men have among men.
Song of Solomon stuff?
But that's their stuff.
Interesting.
This does describe the different forms.
So they're saying it's not the sex that's doing it, it's the skin-to-skin stuff with
it's
the goo.
the sex that happens that causes the skin-to-skin contact.
I see.
But it's likely the main driver of global monkeypox transmission. The skin contact that comes with sex, as I just said, is probably much less of a risk factor. Okay, so it's the sex itself, I guess. It's, interesting. It's amazing how we've had to address this issue, though. Like, you're not supposed to be able to talk about it. Because
what a world.
How dare you?
Right? What a world.
Well, I'm sorry, it's reality. Are we going to deal with reality and try to stop this disease or not? In recent weeks, a growing body of scientific evidence, including a trio of studies, 3 studies published in peer-reviewed journals, as well as reports from national, regional, and global health authorities, has suggested that experts may have framed monkeypox's typical transmission route precisely backward. Oh. Reconceiving the primary risk factors for transmission is crucial because of how it may affect guidance on reducing the risk of infection, including the question of whether demanding that people with the virus self-isolate has any substantial impact on transmission. A growing body of evidence supports that sexual transmission, particularly through seminal fluids, is occurring with the current MPX outbreak. Oh, okay, we're going to call it MPX now, I guess.
Oh, here we go.
Because monkeypox.
Oh, here come the PSAs.
Are monkeys being offended by this?
Yes.
Is that what's going on?
But here come the PSAs.
Damn it, I hate offending a monkey. Don't you?
Yeah. Just wait until the posters and the commercials that talk about, here's how to stop MPX. And people will be like, the hell's MPX? What are they talking about? Yeah, it's called monkeypox.
MPX, is that a new mountain bike?
Oh, nice.
Consequently, scientists told NBC News that the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and other public health authorities should update their monkeypox communication strategies to more strongly emphasize the centrality of intercourse among gay and bisexual men.
Wait, what's monkeypox? I'm familiar with MPX. But now
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
You're throwing me
confuse you.
curveballs now. I've trained my brain to recognize MPX.
Yeah.
What's Thank you.
More commonly known as MPX, but it's also known as monkeypox.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it, old school.
But that's interesting. They're actually trying to say the real thing now. They're actually trying to say, look, it's gay sex. Okay? Stop doing it.
Thank you.
For now.
Yeah, give it a
Or
rest.
certainly, if you have the lesions, don't do it with any. Please stop. Just don't go to the bathhouse this week.
Yeah.
And maybe next. Can you skip the bathhouse for 2 weeks?
Remember 15 days to stop the spread.
Right.
Which is cool.
We were asked to do that.
Right. Right.
I guess it's too much to ask of anyone else. But a resident physician in global health at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston published an essay on Medium in which they reviewed the science supporting the argument that during the current outbreak, monkeypox is largely transmitting right now through the various forms of sex that men have with men. So, and I'm not, I mean...
No?
No.
Not gonna
I was going to,
finish the
but then I decided, we just did
don't
that
do it.
yesterday,
Yeah.
the day before.
What's that?
The men.
Oh, yeah, okay, I had it now.
Yeah.
Sorry, got it.
It looks very clear to us that this is an infection that is transmitting sexually the vast majority of the time. And I believe it's 95%.
Who's the quote from? Does it say?
Alan Blitz.
Who's he? Like, what is he with?
He is with Brigham and Women's Hospital in
all right.
Boston.
So it took whoever wrote this article. They had to go and find somebody to we got to get a quote from a medical professional because it's just not clear enough. But I'm glad we got somebody to say this for us.
But we got somebody say it?
Somebody to say it that wears
Give them credit for that.
Yeah, that wears a stethoscope.
Yeah.
Because until then, it's just the numbers.
And his quote again, it looks very clear to us that this is an infection that is transmitting sexually the vast majority of the time. That can't be any clearer, can it? And again, the vast majority that I've seen is 95% of the time, which is incredible.
Okay, so now I'm looking to see if there is a protest.
Well,
planned.
Dr. Rosamond Lewis, technical lead for monkeypox, or MPX, as you know it, Keith,
Thank you.
at the World Health Organization.
What'd she say?
Said it was unfortunate but true that we don't know yet.
Here we go.
Whether the virus is predominantly transmitted through intercourse.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah,
See?
we do. Yes, we do. And that's why the 3 peer-reviewed studies have shown us. Oh, I can't.
No, I'm
It's
waiting
insane.
for the protest at Brigham and Women's Hospital in
it's
Boston.
coming. Oh, it's coming.
Absolutely, it's coming.
Some experts in infectious disease see evidence supporting the argument that monkeypox at least transmits more readily through intercourse. At this point, Dr. Paul Adamson said, he's a disease specialist at UCLA School of Medicine.
Okay.
I'm not sure we can say it's primarily the sexual transmission and not the skin-to-skin contact that also occurs.
I see. Okay. So he's hedging his bets. But, I mean, can he at least go out on a limb and say it's gay men that are getting it? Or is that not?
He says, however, emerging data seem to suggest that monkeypox might be more efficiently transmitted sexually.
Sorry, what was that again? What is it called?
MPX. Yeah,
Thank you.
MPX.
Now I get
Sorry.
it. Okay. My goodness.
Obviously, that was confusing.
Too many curveballs.
What I refer to it as its little-known dead name of monkeypox.
Don't dead name MPX. Yes.
Jeez.
That's a title today, Daniel. Don't dead name MPX.
All right. There's some, the rest of this is really like graphic descriptions of how this transmits. But it's so clear that it's transmitting, through men-to-men sex that we should probably be okay in warning people.
Right.
Look, if you want to,
it's a health issue.
You want to stay healthy. Not a lot of people are dying from this. In fact, I don't think anybody's died in the U.S. But it's nasty. It's a hideous, horrible, painful, uncomfortable disease that you want to avoid. So please just,
know who your partner is for maybe the next 15 days?
Right.
Is that too much to ask?
Right.
Well, take a couple of weekends off, and we'll circle back after Labor Day. How
And
about
again, skip the bathhouse for a while,
Right.
save that money up, and, buy your significant other I don't know what. I don't know what you'd want to buy them. I don't have any idea. But
back massager.
Okay.
Like an electronic back massager.
That would be really nice. I don't know if just one visit you'll save enough from skipping one visit, but maybe. I don't know what it costs at the bathhouse. Do you?
Am I supposed to answer that? Yeah. It's,
well, if you do, then it's going to be interesting.
Well, it depends on if you have a Groupon.
Oh, okay.
Like there's Groupons for the bathhouse down here in Dallas. And
are there really?
Yeah,
oh, that's great.
And then there's 2 for 1. I don't want to get into it, and don't ask me how I know. But you can. It's a cheap date.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I got to tell you about real estate agents I trust because if you're buying or selling or you're doing both because you're relocating, you need somebody to help you through that process. Somebody who knows what they're doing and has a really good track record of success. And that's who these agents are. That's how they identify. And that's what they really are as well, which is nice. It's Glenn's company, and so his team has really carefully vetted these people to make sure they're the best agents in your area. And they're also fans of the show. You're going to have things in common, be able to talk to them about interesting things without getting really pissed off. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Yeah. We haven't talked much, if at all, about the Salman Rushdie thing, where he was attacked at a speech he was making.
Yes.
Jeez. But, there was that fatwa launched against him. When did...
Oh, gosh, 1990, 89?
Yeah, a long time ago.
By the nation of Iran.
Over 30 years ago. We're talking about what Satanic Verses was the original thing, and it said some things about Islam that they didn't like, so they were going to kill him.
It's unusual for radical Islam and those that represent it to get upset about stuff.
Oh, it is.
So that's why it was so rare, and it really stuck out when they're like, "Oh, wow, they really kicked that hornet's nest." They don't normally see that happening,
right? Because as Barack Obama told us, they're incredibly tolerant of other people's opinions and points of view. It's incredibly tolerant. So anyway, he was just Salman Rushdie was stabbed in the head at least 10 times. Jeez. And he survived, which is great. But he was taken off a ventilator over the weekend, was able to respond to investigator questions. The official didn't say what Rushdie told authorities about the attack, which took place Friday as he was preparing to deliver a lecture about 55 miles south of Buffalo. He underwent emergency surgery where he received treatment for life-changing injuries, including nerve damage and the prospect of losing an eye. Dang. Because he wrote a book.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote a book.
Yeah, and free speech. I mean, if it's constantly under attack, and obviously in this way, literally.
Mm-hmm.
And I just hope he makes a full recovery.
Now, like the Muslims who were killed in Albuquerque. Albuquerque, was it? Yeah. Where initially everybody was trying to jump to, well, there you go. We've been trying to tell you about these white supremacists. No. No.
Yeah, well, and we don't want to jump to conclusions as to the motivations of this guy because, the press hasn't told us it's okay to make those assumptions yet.
Right.
So we don't know what motivated the young man to do this.
No idea. Maybe the sun got in his eyes.
Yeah, he tripped when he was
tripped,
running up
and
on the
he had a
stage.
knife, and he didn't remember his mother's advice: don't run with sharp objects in your hand.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
24-year-old Hadi Matar was arrested in connection with Rushdie's stabbing. Pled not guilty. I mean, he was caught in the act. He pled not guilty.
That name alone tells me that it's a white supremacist. So
Right,
we don't even
it
need to
does.
look any further into this story because
Sure
we
does.
know the details, and it's time to clamp down on neo-Nazis.
He stabbed Rushdie 3 times in the neck, 4 times in the stomach, and several times in the chest and right eye, plus his thigh. So he's really fortunate to be alive.
Salman Rushdie was going to be on the Pat Gray program in Houston, Texas on the morning of 9/11, and I had to call him to tell
that's
him
right.
that, hey, we're going to have to postpone this. He didn't seem surprised at all that America was under attack like that.
Huh.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.